The long-awaited third installment in the Tron franchise, Tron ARES, is finally on the horizon. But why has it taken so long for this sequel to materialize? And what can we expect from this journey back to the grid? In this sneak peek, we'll explore the latest updates on Tron ARES, its star-studded cast, and the potential for a thrilling return to the digital realm. So, are you prepared to re-enter the neon-lit world of Tron? Let's unravel the mysteries of this iconic franchise together. Well folks, the journey to a third Tron movie has been bumpier than a washing machine full of sneakers, and more tangled than a plate of spaghetti in a hurricane. This franchise's relationship with Disney is like that complicated on-again, off-again romance you see in the movies. I mean, the original Tron from '82 and its sequel, Tron Legacy in 2010, didn't exactly make Mickey Mouse swim in gold coins, but they did earn themselves a cult following. It's like they're that band you secretly love, even though they never made it big on the charts. So Disney was scratching its head, trying to figure out what to do. First they said, hey, let's make a sequel to Legacy. But then, like a game of musical chairs, they canceled it. Next, they whispered, let's hit the reset button and reboot the whole thing. Talk about confusing, right? But wait, there's more. Suddenly, they changed their minds again and decided to give us a sequel directed by the guy who brought us Lion. It's like Disney had a brainstorming session in a room full of cat videos and just went with the flow. Through all this chaos, Jared Leto, the Oscar winner, has been the loyal cheerleader. He's been saying, don't worry Tron fans, your day will come. And finally, in 2025, we're getting a shiny new Tron flick titled Tron ARES, and it even has a director who's not too busy playing with spinning wheels in Maleficent Mistress of Evil. Now, I hate to be a buzzkill, but Tron ARES is still in its early stages, so we don't have all the juicy details yet. But hey, at least the light at the end of the tunnel is starting to look like a neon-lit highway to the grid once again. Let's hope it's worth the wait, and maybe this time, Tron will make Disney say, yep, we've got a winner here. Alright, so let's take a trip down to 1982 and dive into the story of Tron, and why it took forever and a day to get a sequel. Back in 1982, the original Tron hit the screens. It introduced us to Kevin Flynn, played by the one and only Jeff Bridges. He's a tech whiz and former employee of a tech giant named Encom. While he's trying to expose some corporate secrets, Kevin finds himself sucked into a virtual world where computer programs are more than just lines of code. They're living, thinking beings. With a little help from a security program named Tron, played by Bruce Boxleitner, Kevin manages to escape back to the real world and helps Tron defeat the evil Master Control program, who's basically the digital overlord. Fast forward a bit, and Kevin becomes the big cheese at Encom, dreaming up plans for a new digital world inspired by the one he visited. Now, you might think the original Tron is a bit 80s cheesy, but at the time, its special effects were top-notch. This movie had fully computer-generated environments and vehicles, which was mind-blowing back then. It may not have set the box office on fire, but it found its tribe of fans who fell in love with its unique virtual realm. But wait, it's not over. Nearly 3 decades later, Disney thought, hey, let's give Tron a sequel. That's when Tron Legacy came into play. This time, we follow Kevin Flynn's son, Sam, played by Garrett Hedlund, as he tries to figure out what happened to his dear old dad. Turns out, Kevin's been trapped in a new version of the grid, and the baddie in charge is a crazy clone of himself called Clue. This dude has turned the once happy grid into a dystopian nightmare and even turned Tron into a mindless pawn. Kevin eventually sacrifices himself to help Sam and his new pal Cora escape, leaving us with a bunch of questions, especially what happened to Tron when he took a digital dive. But hold on to your light cycles, folks. The sequel didn't quite set the world on fire like Disney had hoped. Sure, it made about $300 million, but most of that came from international audiences, and it barely broke even domestically. When you add in the colossal marketing blitz Disney threw at it, the Mouse House wasn't exactly doing cartwheels. Nevertheless, there's still plenty of grid-worthy material for a third Tron flick. We've got Tron possibly free from Clue's clutches, and die-hard fans might remember a short sequel called Tron the Next Day that hinted Flynn might still be kicking around in the grid. So while it's been a long wait, there's hope that a new chapter in the Tron saga is finally on the horizon. Alright, let's talk about the stars of Tron ARES and the creative minds behind the scenes. First off, we've got Jared Leto in the hot seat. Now, Jared's been around the blockbuster block before, with some mixed results in the superhero department, but we're hoping that Tron ARES will be his shining moment. We don't know exactly what role he's playing yet, but it's a safe bet he's the main character because, well, he's the only one officially cast for now. Jared's also teaming up with Disney for another project in 2023, Haunted Mansion. But that's not all, folks. Joining the party is Evan Peters. You might remember him from Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, but we have no clue who he'll be playing in the Tron universe. Then we've got Greta Lee, who's donning the hat of a tech CEO and video game designer. Jodie Turner-Smith is also in the mix, and her role's been kept under wraps. And the newest addition to the club is Cameron Monaghan, although we're still in the dark about his character. Now, here's the intriguing part. If Tron ARES is indeed a sequel, as they say, there's a chance we might see some familiar faces making a comeback. That means there's hope for Jeff Bridges, Bruce Boxleitner, Garrett Hedlund, and Olivia Wilde to hop back into the digital world. As for the folks calling the shots behind the camera, it's been a bit of a directorial merry-go-round. Joseph Kosinski, who directed Tron Legacy, pointed fingers at Disney's obsession with Marvel and Star Wars for his version of the sequel never taking off. Then we had Garth Davis, the mind behind Lion, but he decided to punch out too. Finally, Joachim Ronning, who's no stranger to Disney with Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, and Maleficent Mistress of Evil under his belt, stepped in to take the director's chair. And last but not least, the guy penning the screenplay is Jesse Wigatow, who knows a thing or two about storytelling from his work on It Runs in the Family. As for the release date, December 19, 2025 has been floating around the internet, but Disney hasn't given it the official stamp of approval just yet. However, 2025 still sounds like a plausible target, assuming the project doesn't get tangled up in any more digital detours. And for those of you itching to dive into the earlier Tron adventures, you're in luck. Both Tron and Tron Legacy are available for streaming on Disney+. There's also an animated series called Tron Uprising if you're up for more grid adventures. So there's plenty of Tron to keep you busy while we await the grand return of Tron ARES. And that's a wrap for our sneak peek into the neon-lit world of Tron ARES. Are you as excited as we are for the long-awaited return to the grid? Let us know in the comments below. What are your expectations for the upcoming Tron movie? And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thrilling updates. Stay tuned for the latest news on Tron ARES and all your favorite movies. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next video.